So now that we have both boxes being activated and deactivated, and we've seen that the physics states are also being saved when we traverse between different worlds or timelines, and we also have the ability to traverse between different worlds or timelines, we don't only want stuff to just pop in and out of existence. Sometimes, for gameplay purposes, we want to react to certain kinds of changes. For instance, when a box is being activated, we want to have a particle system being activated as well, or play a sound, or what have you. And we can do this in multiple ways. The most straightforward and easiest way to implement is we go into the blueprint, and on the world entity component, we see there are a few events that we can work with. There's the world tag changed. We have an entity activation event and an entity deactivation event. For now, this world traversal changed event, we'll just leave it be. So let's start implementing different events. We'll start off with the activation events, and here we get the actor that's actually being activated. In this case, it's the same thing, it's the same one, so it doesn't really, we don't really need to have anything here implemented. What we want to do is we can start off with just printing text just to show you what happens. So we can take this, let's take the object, we take the display name. And we'll just print the name of the activated entity, the actor, sorry. So when we play the game now, we see there's nothing going on because this event didn't really fire off. Things already exist. But when we traverse into this, you see that the world cube 2 is being activated, and thus we get the print. If you move back into the portal, we see that the world cube, the first one, gets activated, and thus we see that this one also gets a print. The same thing can be done for deactivation. So let's just do the same. And I'm just going to remove this one so that we don't get confused with the activation deactivation. So now we only get output when we deactivate things. Since we start off in world A, the second one here gets deactivated. And now when we moved into the portal, the first one here got deactivated, and therefore we got the text. Again, moving back through the portal, we see the world cube 2 is getting deactivated again, and so on and so forth. The third one is the world tag changed. So this happens when an entity changes its world tag. What that means is whenever we move through a portal, the current world tag of that entity is being changed. And what it does is it just says which world it currently resides in. So when we move back and forth between different portals, we know which ones we want to activate and which ones we don't want to activate. Some components might have multiple states. For instance, the pausable entity component. This one has multiple states, and for the purposes of that component, the current world is important. But that's outside of this video for now. So let's do the same thing here. Let's just do a quick print here. And for that, I'm actually going to do a format string. And I'm going to format actor transition to from to, and I'm just going to get the names here, the tag name, and I'm putting the from into the from, the tag name from the to tag over here to the to in the format, and I'm just going to take the actor name and put it into the actor part of it. Again, I'm just going to remove this pin so that we don't get any confusion about the events. And as soon as I move through the portal, we should see there are two entities being changed here. Both of them changed their current world tag, being from the one that they were before into the second one, which the world exists in right now. Again, every time we move through this, we switch between the world they were in and the world they changed into. Alright, but we don't really want to have the text, right? So let's go ahead and implement the sound thing. I'm going to remove this. And I want the sound to be activated when we activate the event. So let's just go for replay sound 2D for now. And I'm going to play a sine tone ping. So whenever I activate the event now, we should be able to hear a ding. And that's it.